Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing out of turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening, race fans, and welcome to another rendition here on the Full Velocity Racing Network Team VLR Throwback Series. This time, the IracingIflag Clash at Knoxville here tonight. Got a lot of star-studded guys in the field here once again. 8 laps will be the distance for each qualifying event. Starting out in the pole here of heat race number 1. Is going to be the number 32 of Daniel Powell. His days are part of the outside. Driving the number 71 machine will be Richard Spar. Inside row number 2, you'll see Tyler Descharme aboard the number 9 machine. And outside of him, the number 21, last week's winner, Dylan Wilson, in the number 21 machine. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the 5th starting spot, that will be Scott Dobbs. Scott Dobbs aboard the number 29 machine. And his days are part of the outside. DJ Kolnowski aboard the number K9. And that number 6 spot, I should say. Row number 4 will be Colton Davis aboard the number 27 machine. Outside him will be the number 71 of Eric Scalf. Scalf aboard the number 71. And next row back is shotgun on the field here. Row number 5 we'll see the number 44 of Blake Cannon. And outside of him, Cody Howard aboard the number 25. So 10 cars we call for, all 10 cars out here on the Speedway, Knoxville Raceway. Going to be the sounds of the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight. I'm Todd Stanton pushing on the controls, making all the magic happen here tonight. 24 hours into a bender, I guess. 24 hours. Been definitely going back and forth here with my regular work schedule. Definitely on no sleep currently. Went to work at 11:45. 11:45 p.m. Now it is 8:43 p.m. the next day, so definitely been awake for quite some time going through here. So we're gonna have to bear with me here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network as I try to stumble over my words, stumble over everything that's going on here, and realizing I'm still alive here after a 17-hour workday. So got to thank Milner Design and Media here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for coming aboard as a sponsor here for the team VLR Throwback Series. Also got to thank IracingIflag, Jeff Brown and IracingIflag.com. Both those guys teaming up to sponsor the team VLR Throwback Series. We get ready to light the wick and light the fire here on heat race number 1, the iRacing.com. Chevy Silverado pace truck pulls down the infield. IracingIflag green flag is out. And Powell leads the charge down into turn number 1. Here comes the number 9 of Tyler Descharme. Descharme looks to the bottom, number 22 of Richard Spar. On the outside is Descharme and Spar going side by side for that second spot. As the number 9 Kenny Drugs, a throwback at the bottom, McCready throwback. Looks to the inside once again, down off into turn number 1, trying to get by Spar. Slide job, going to be engaged. Going to actually get that pass complete on the number 22 of Spar. Now the 21 of Dylan Wilson goes to work there for that third spot. Wilson now down to the inside of the number 22 as they go side by side down the front straightaway. Watching these guys come out of it. Here is Powell right now, your race leader. Tyler Sharp running in that second spot. Third is Richard Spar. Dylan Wilson keeps looking to the bottom, catfishing it down there. And that number 21 machine able to take home the victory last week here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, looking to double down with that number 21 machine. Blake Cannon now moving up. Remember, he started 9th. Cannon up to the 6th spot. And that number 44 machine looks to the bottom of the number 27. 27 of Colton Davis right there, holding on to the 5th spot. But Cannon wants it. He's hungry, trying to make his way and thread the needle up through the field here as we are halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go here around the Knoxville Raceway. It's been all Daniel Powell so far. Descharme is really starting to chuck into his lead there, take chunks out of it there. The number 22 of Richard Spar running in that 3rd spot, and then Dylan Wilson running 4th. 5th is still the best battle out in the field here between Colton Davis and Blake Cannon. Cannon trying to make some headway. So we're going to see popsicle sticks out on the track here for the driver, the number 32, Daniel Powell. Powell right now, your race leader. Descharme still running in 2nd. 3rd is that number 22 of Spar. Those guys pretty much got a gap on the rest of the field. Wilson settled in that 4th spot. The 27 of Colton Davis is starting to track down the number 21 of Dylan Wilson. Wilson working over the top side of the speedway. His white flag comes out here over heat race number 1. As these guys, it looks like pretty much settling it amongst the top 5. As they enter the back straightaway, it's Powell over Descharme. Off into turn number 3 for the final time, and off of turn number 4, Knoxville Raceway heat race number 1 is going to belong to the number 32 of Daniel Powell. 2nd going to go to Tyler Descharme. Richard Spar going to finish up 3rd. Dylan Wilson for 4. 5th is going to be Colton Davis. Then you got Eric Skelf finishing up in the next spot is Blake Cannon there, throwing a little bit of an angry hit to, I believe, the 71 machine. It was a good race there, so I didn't quite see what happened there, so maybe just exchanging blows because they like one another. All right, heat race number 2, getting ready to come to post, starting on the pole, driving the number M14 machine. That is going to be Shad Prescott as they support the outside, driving the H2. That'll be Dylan Hauser. Inside row number 2, we'll see Evan Say aboard the number 33 machine. Outside him, Hayden Cardwell aboard that number 7 machine. Inside row number 3, you'll see J.D. Brown. And the number 14, Kevin Deadman aboard the number 3 machine, rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees James Edens aboard the number 56 machine, and Adam Albee aboard the number 74, rolling off in position number 8. 9th starter sees Ethan Stuckwich aboard the number 29 machine, and as dancing part of the outside, they're driving the number 24. That is going to be Daniel Cummings Jr. Daniel Cummings Jr. rounds out your top 10 here in heat race number 2. Taking a look at some of the great throwback schemes that have been coming out here. Some guys elected to run throwback schemes. Others have not elected to run throwback schemes. I know Milner Designs has been giving out throwback schemes to the last couple of weeks. So the highest finishing non-finisher, or I should say non-finisher, the highest finisher that has no throwback scheme, I should say. And so far, I know Blake Cannon, Blake Machulis was won that last week. He elects to go with still a non-throwback car. So again, going to be out there with a non-throwback car. So some of these guys played along pretty nicely though on the Full Velocity Racing Network and for Team VLR, the Throwback Series. Others decided to stay with their scheme, and they wanted to stay in the image of today. So we get ready to set heat race number 2 on their way off of turn number 4. They put that loud pedal down. The hammer is dropped. The number M14 of Shad Prescott leads the charge down to turn number 1. Here comes the number 33 of Evan Say with a brand new looking car there. Number 33, as he looks down to the bottom side, is Dylan Hauser. Was able to get around the outside, and that H2 machine, he takes over the top spot. Evan Say, and then number 7 of Hayden Cardwell there fighting it out, duking it out for that third spot. But Evan Say works over to the bottom side. That number 33 machine, only guy so far that's working the bottom here in heat race number 2. Say now trying to get by Shad Prescott. He pulls up alongside of him here down to the turn number 3. As now Hauser goes down to throw the block to try to keep himself up in the top spot. And that H2 is Evan Say. Now moves into second and starts challenging for the race lead. And that number 33 machine. So Hauser continues to run the bottom, so does Evan Say, and board the number 33 machine. The M14 of Shad Prescott running it at a third spot. Fourth is Hayden Cardwell. And that number 7 machine trying to make some headway into Kevin Dedman right now. Rounds out your top 5 as Say looks to the bottom as they get down the back straightaway here in the turn number 3. Shad Prescott drives all the way up to the top side, pushing the cushion around the Knoxville Raceway, trying to make that groove work for him. But Cardwell now down to the bottom of that number 7 machine is trying to get around the M14. Not going to be able to do so there through the corner, as a little bit of an awkward groove in and through the middle for that number 7 machine. Still makes him in that 4th spot. As Dedman now starting to pull in on that number 7. So it is Dylan Hauser, Evan Say down to the bottom, trying to make it side by side for the race lead, going down the back straightaway. Hauser still able to hold on, slamming the door shut here through turns 3 and turn number 4. So we're going to see popsicle sticks in the air here. 2 more trips around the speedway for that number H2 of Dylan Hauser. Can he hold off Evan Say? Say's been lightning quick here so far. Every lap he's been faster than the H2 machine. Just Say not able to get by there. Can't get that forward bite off the corner. And that number 33 machine holding on to the second spot, pretty much settling in. Good battle still going on for third. Hayden Cardwell, Shad Prescott, and Dedman all tossing it up for that third spot. As we come down the back straightaway for the final time here in heat race number 2, the Team VLR Throwback Series. The H2 of Dylan Hauser off of turn number 4, going to take down heat race number 2. Evan Say going to finish up second. Hayden Cardwell for 3. Shad Prescott for 4. Kevin Dedman for 5. James Edens, J.D. Brown. And then you have Daniel Cummins, Adam Elby, and Ethan Stuckwich aboard the number 29, running out your top 10. That will put heat race number 2 in the books. So getting ready to roll on to heat race number 3 here in just a second. Once again, got to thank Milner Design and Media here for becoming the sponsor in IracingIflag, the clash at Knoxville Raceway here. I got to thank IracingIflag for both those guys jumping aboard here for Team VLR Throwback Series here, the 6-race series here. We're halfway home this time with this Throwback Series, so can't wait to see where this is going to go. A lot of good tracks coming up, man. So many good tracks to watch these guys go at it and duke it out. So got to thank everyone for tuning in here to the Full Velocity Racing Network, taking a little bit of a break there. Wasn't ready for the chat box. Thank you to 3D Racing for the 795 stars here tonight. Star donations go a long way, folks, here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Help us keep our broadcasting rates low. Starting on the poll here, the number 74 is going to be Blake Brown, and the number 74 machine is Davis part of the outside, Zach Novak. Aboard the number 15 machine, rolling off in position number 2. Third starter sees Shane James aboard the number 44 machine, and Austin Carr aboard the number 68, rolling off in position number 4. Fifth starter sees Jordan Casey in that number 42 machine. Outside him, the Night Stalker, Barrett Bishop, in that number 0 machine in position 6. Seventh starter sees Jimmy Mullins aboard that number 46 machine. And outside of him, the number 63, the 3D Racing number 63. That'll be Clifford Driscoll, which actually should be the 777 here tonight. Inside the next row will be Robert Fletcher, then J.D. Sass aboard that number 22. Rounding out your 10 cars here for heat race number 3. IracingIflag, green flag is out. And we race down the front straightaway as Blake Brown leads the charge. Zach Novak goes to the extreme top side of the speedway, 3 wide for the second spot. Here comes that number 44 machine of Shane James down to the extreme bottom. And oh, Austin Carr out of shape, and the Night Stalker gets into him. Those guys saving a handful of steering wheel, kept it in the right direction. This is why they are pros here at the Team VLR Throwback Series. Great driving, great hands by the drivers amongst the top, all 10 of them there. As those guys had a handful of steering wheel guys, they had to duck and dive and make sure they weren't going to cause a huge wreck. But the 74 of Blake Brown, your race leader. Second is Zach Novak. And the number 15 machine, as he looks to the outside, pushing the cushion up next to the wall. The 42 of Jordan Casey right there. The 44 machine of Shane James making some headway, making some room there as James looks to the bottom side, and that number 44 machine side by side with Jordan Casey amongst that number 42. As we continue the race, 4 wide for the race lead. Wow, Zach Novak putting on a clinic up on the top shelf of the speedway, showing these guys a different way around. Here from what he raced 1 and 2 was as Novak, your race leader here on halfway home, 4 and 4 to go here. As now Jordan Casey digs down to the bottom side, and the number 42 machine side by side battles. Novak touches the outside wall with his right rear fender, and then number 15 machine down the front straightaway. Novak able to slam the door shut on Casey. Here comes Blake Brown back to the bottom, and then number 74 machine not going away without a fight. The 44 right there, that is still Shane James, and Barry Bishop in the Night Stalker. He's up inside the top 5. Popsicle sticks going to be up in the air here. 2 more trips around the speedway for the number 42 of Jordan Casey. Now Brown goes to work here on Zach Novak. Novak right now holding on to the second spot. Novak has slipped up just a tad bit, allowed Jordan Casey by him. As we come off of turn number 4, the number 42 of Jordan Casey going to see the white silk over the field here. 1 more trip around the Knoxville Raceway. And it is Jordan Casey, Zach Novak, Blake Brown, Shane James, and Barry Bishop here. Top 5s, they enter the back straightaway for the final time. Off into turn number 3, they dive it. The number 42 of Jordan Casey going to take down, I believe, heat race number 3. As long as he can hold off Zach Novak, he's going to do so at the line. Novak going to finish second. Blake Brown for 3. Shane James, Barry Bishop, Clifford Driscoll, Robert Fletcher, J.D. Sass, Jimmy Mullins, and Austin Carr round out your 10 cars here in heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 in the books. Heat race number 4. Coming to post like this. Starting on the pole, driving the Flintstone Flyer machine. That will be Zach McSwain. And outside of him, the number 42. That'll be Virgil Graham. Graham aboard the number 42. Inside row number 2 will be Jacob Fields aboard the number 75 and the 127 of Blake Majules. Rolling off in position number 4. Fifth starter, we'll see the number 84 of Clay Debin. Outside him, Tanner Tomasi aboard the number 09 machine in position 6. Seventh starter sees Mike McKinney. Mike McKinney out there in the, it says the number 28 machine. It's the number 96. And then Dustin Hall rolling off in, I believe that's going to be position number 8 in that number 74 machine. And shotgun on the field, driving the number 18 machine. That'll be Randall Carter. Carter aboard that number 18. Called for 9 cars. We have all 9 cars out there. Locked and loaded here. The final heat race of the evening here for the Knoxville Raceway, the IracingIflag Clash here for the Team VLR Throwback Series. Thank you for all these great painters out here making some really great schemes, great throwbacks. A lot of different throwbacks out there, man. You guys were busy, made some very great, good designs here. And like I said, thank you so much. So if you like what you see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you share our link as the IracingIflag green flag comes out here over heat race number 4. Watching these guys duke it out here amongst the top 5 already. Blake Jules diving off down to the bottom side, trying to make things happen. As he does so, he moves himself up to that 3rd spot. Now challenging for 2nd there with Jacob Fields in the number 75, who had a fantastic run last week. Definitely the man on the move last week was Jacob Fields, making his way up through. Everybody out there tuning in, I know they're giving away some Schaefer's oil gear out there. We continue to race here. The 127 of Blake Jules now down to the bottom side with the number 25 of Zach McSwain. This should be the Flintstone Flyer. A lot of contact going on there. Some issues forced a little bit, a tad bit of issues forced over there. As we go 3 wide for the race lead here, halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go here in heat race number 4. Thank you to Chubbs out there. 500 stars, 6-week streak. Thank you to Chubbs out there. Milner Design and Media. We appreciate it, folks, for all the star donations here. If you're watching via one of the other pages, come on over to Full Velocity Racing Network. Make sure you share, like, and follow our page. You'll see everything that's going on in the Full Velocity Racing Network, including the Throwback series. We've still got 3 more great weeks here of this series, and some fantastic racing left here as Blake Jules here, race leader. 2nd is Zach McSwain, the Flintstone Flyer machine. Number 42 running in that 3rd spot, that is Virgil Graham. Then the 28 of Mike McKinney is, I thought he was in the 96, but no, he's in the number 28 machine here tonight in that 4th spot. And then you got the number 75 of Jacob Fields, and pounds the wall. A little bit of contact going on there. And everybody really quick to jump in the grave there. There goes the 18 around in a knot. That is Randall Carter. But down the back straightaway for the final time, diving off into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 4. It belongs to Blake Jules. Then Zach McSwain running and finishing up 2nd. Virgil Graham for 3. Mike McKinney going to be beat at the line by Clay Devin. Then you got Jacob Fields, Taylor Tomasi, and Dustin Hall and Randall Carter rounding out your field. Thank you to Jeff Brown out there. 9-week streak. Keep it going, Jeff Brown. 378 stars. Appreciate it, too. Everything you do here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. So definitely got to thank those guys for the star donations. If you have not given stars out there, folks, definitely hit us up there. Star donations go a long way. So getting ready here for the C main here. C main racing action getting ready to come at you here. Starting on the pole should be, I'm going to make sure it is, yep, the number 27 machine of Colton Davis. Colton Davis in that number 27 machine starting on the pole. His dance part to the outside is going to be the number 926 normally, but it is actually tonight the Night Stalker machine. And that number 0 machine rolling off in position the number 2. Rolling off 3rd on the grid here, that'll be Eric Skelf. Skelf aboard the number 71 machine. And the 777 aboard that machine is Clifford Driscoll. Love the 777 machine out there. Driscoll rolling off in position number 4. 5th starter, see the number 44 of Blake Cannon. Cannon aboard the number 44. And Robert Fletcher out there in the 77. Blue with almost looks like duct tape numbers. Love the scheme. It's definitely interesting. Let's see what Robert Fletcher has. It's got to be lighter without all the graphics, correct? Rolling off of position number 7 will be the number K9 machine of DJ Kolonowski. And then JD Sass aboard the number 22. Rolling off of position number 8. 9 starter season number 29 of Scott Dobbs and Jimmy Mullins aboard the number 46 machine. Going to roll off in position number 10. Shotgun on the field will be Cody Howard. Howard aboard the number 22 machine. Called for 11 cars, all 11 cars out here. C-Main racing action, getting set, locked and loaded, ready to come your way. 12 laps will be the distance. Top 4 move on. As the IracingIflag green flag comes out over the C-Main. The number 27 of Colton Davis leads the charge here. As they come down the back straight with a nice talker up to the top shelf, the 71 now digging it down to the bottom. That's Eric Skelf side by side for the race lead. We'll see what Colton Davis has there. That number 27 machine reminds me of a scheme that's been out here in New York State, that 27, but love the look of that scheme too. Even though it's pink and yellow, everybody says, oh man, those colors don't go good together, but I love the scheme, the way it looks there. But down up on the top side of the speedway, it is Colton Davis, and that number 27 machine holding on to second now. The Night Stalker, Barrett Bishop, and that number 0 machine running in the second spot. Third is the number 71 of Eric Skelf. Clifford Driscoll in the 777 now makes contact to the wall. Going to lose some spots there as Fletcher and Cannon able to get around. As Driscoll dropping back through the field here, probably not doing fantastic here in Knoxville with that car here tonight. So Colton Davis, your race leader. And oh, look at Barrett Bishop slinging it in deep and hard there. Slider from the Night Stalker. Not able to keep it, though. As the number 27 of Colton Davis still going to hold on to the lead. The 0 of Barrett Bishop going to hold on to second still. But, man, that was a whale of a slider through 3 and 4. He might be able to pull that off on the last lap and make his tick. But don't look now. Here comes Blake Cannon aboard that number 44 machine, working the outside of that number 71 of Eric Skelf. Skelf down to the bottom of the speedway, just rolling it down there, but it seems a little bit tight for the number 71 machine. As Cannon able to stay in the throttle and definitely have a little bit of a different entry there as he moves down the track to block the run of that number 71 machine, trying to use the track to his advantage is Blake Cannon. Cannon right now running in that third spot, trying to make up some ground maybe on the top 2, but he can't get past this battle for the third spot with Eric Skelf. Robert Fletcher starting to sneak up into the fray too. And the number 77 machine just waiting for one of those guys to make a mistake right there directly in front of him here. As we are halfway in, 6 in, 6 to go now. Actually, it's going to be 7 to go, or 5 to go at the line here so far. So 12 laps the distance. A little bit of a miscommunication on my part. I do apologize. Lack of sleep here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network for me. Hopefully I'm continuing to give you guys a great show here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Like I said, definitely going to have to bear with me here tonight, folks, as the job is really tearing into me here tonight, or the last couple of days, I should say. But we should be back to normal on my normal schedule here on Friday, and be back to normal next week, thank heavens. But these guys continue to race hard, hot, and heavy here as Colton Davis pulling away so far. .483 in front of the Night Stalker, Barrett Bishop. Cannon solidly in that third spot. Eric Skelf under fire from the number 77, Robert Fletcher. That's the fourth and final transfer spot. It is that battle right there between the 77 and the 71 machine, as Cannon almost hits the outside wall a ton. I thought he was going to give up that spot, but Cannon able to hold on to third. His white flag going to come out over the field here in the C-Main. Colton Davis has led lap after lap after lap. All 11 laps so far. Can he lead the final lap? That's the most important lap here in the C-Main. As the Night Stalker, Barrett Bishop, cannot close the gap. The number 27 of Colton Davis dives off into turn number 3. Goes right up against the cushion here through 3 and off of turn number 4. Picking up the C-Main. The 27 of Colton Davis. Barrett Bishop for 2. Blake Cannon for 3. Eric Skelf for 4. 5 is Robert Fletcher, Clifford Driscoll, J.D. Sass, Jimmy Mullins, DJ Kalinowski, Scott Dobbs, and Cody Howard round out your 11 cars here tonight. So what do you think so far, folks? The Throwback Series here in Knoxville. 208 viewers. Again, like I said, make your way on over to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Make sure you like, share, and follow our link. We went to 6,000 followers here this past week. Would like to see some more followers. 10,000 is our goal here for 2020 on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for us. Again, star donations go a long way. Big thank you to Milner Design and Media here for the proud sponsor here of the Throwback Series here for Team VLR and IracingIflag.com. Moving on out to the B main starting lineup here. Starting on the pole, driving the number 3 machine, the Wrangler number 3. That will be Kevin Deadman aboard that machine. His dancing part of the outside, driving the number 28 machine. That is going to be Mike McKinney aboard the number 28. Inside row number 3, we'll see James Eatons aboard the number 57, or 56 machine, excuse me, and Jacob Fields aboard the number 75 machine, rolling off in position number 4. Fifth starter sees J.D. Brown aboard the number 14 machine. 6th will see Tanner Tomasi aboard the 09 in position number 6. 7th will be Daniel Cummings Jr. aboard the number 24 machine. Then you got the 331 of Dustin Hall, which is actually the 74 here tonight in position number 8. 9th starter on the grid will be Adam Albee aboard the number 74 machine, and outside him will be Randall Carter aboard the number 18. The last row on the field, driving the number 29 machine, and that'll be Ethan Stuckwich, which is actually the B12, and outside him the number 68, that's Austin Carr. 12 cars we call for, all 12 cars out on the track here for the B main. They get ready to light the wick, light the fire. iRacing.com safety truck getting ready to pull off a turn. Number 4 down to the infield. iRacingIflag, green flag is out. And we're racing with the B main. 12 laps will be the distance. Look at these guys fan out through the field here. Deadman right now your race leader, but look at the number 56 digging it down to the bottom. James Eatons as the 3 of Kevin Deadman goes to hurries up, slams the door shut to make sure he stays in that race lead. He wants to make sure he makes it down into the 8 main as we're going 3 wide dance in there for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. As again, James Eatons, Jacob Fields right there. The same way with Mike McKinney. And that number 28 machine, he's letting her dig up on the top shelf of the speedway, trying to get something happening. But look at Jacob Fields immediately tacking the top there next to the wall here as they come off into turns 1 and 2. It's a 3 of Deadman on the bottom, along with Eatons also in the number 56 machine. And then you got the 75 of Jacob Fields up top, the 28 of Mike McKinney up top, the 14 of J.D. Brown. Those guys all wholesaling it up on the top shelf of the speedway around the Knoxville Raceway. So Kevin Deadman aboard the number 3 machine holds on to the race lead. James Eatons now goes to work on the number 75 of Jacob Fields. Fields having a good run here through the B main here early on in the going. Had a great run last week. Podium finishes. Oh, we got contact and we got some cars around over there. I'm not sure who that actually was at all involved. I'm thinking Adam Albee involved in that one. So tough break for Adam Albee. He goes around in the knots. Down to the infield. His night is done. And that number 74 machine. So we continue to race on here with the B main, the 3 of Kevin Deadman, Jacob Fields, James Eatons, Mike McKinney, J.D. Brown. That's your top 5. Daniel Cummings, Randall Carter, Austin Carr, Tanner Tomasi, and Dustin Hall. That's your top 10. And 11th right now running on the speedway, Ethan Stuckwich aboard that number 29 machine, doing a fantastic job out there for the first time I've seen him in a while. But actually in the B main, holding his own with these guys, because that goes to show you how fast these guys definitely are. And if you can hang with them, you're going to get naturally better as the race goes on, as the weeks go on. Definitely something that I could never hold a candle to some of these guys that are out here racing these super late models. Man, these are a tough car to drive for myself. I don't get a lot of practice on them, but these guys, it's very fun to watch these guys slinger down into the corner as Kevin Deadman starting to put some distance on that number 75 of Jacob Fields. Eatons right there. He's been knocking on the door, but Eatons a little bit of distance starting to grow for Jacob Fields over Eatons in that 56 machine as we come off of turn number 4 here to get 3 to go at the line for the number 3 of Kevin Deadman. So Kevin Deadman, popsicle sticks in the air for the number 3 machine. Going to only have 2 more trips around here for the 8 main feature as he's setting himself up here. Jacob Fields in the 75 running 2nd. James Eatons running 3rd. Then you got a little bit of gap there. J.D. Brown running in that 4th spot. Randall Carter in that number 18 machine has finally made himself up to the 6th spot. Something going awry with Carr. Carr looks like he's exited here as the white flag comes out. One more trip around for the number 3 Wrangler machine of Kevin Deadman. Deadman drives it off here in the turn number 3 off of turn number 4. Going to pick up the B main here. Not really challenged in that number 3 machine. Jacob Fields going to finish up 2nd. James Eden's 3rd. J.D. Brown for 4. Randall Carter, Daniel Cummings Jr., Mike McKinney, Justin Hall, Ethan Stuckwich, Austin Carr, Tanner Tomasi, and Adam Elby. Round out your 12 cars here for the B main. So before we get to the further racing action here of the A main, we're going to send things down trackside for the Dirty Grass Soul presented by, I should say, the band Dirty Grass Soul. Kevin Deadman singing the national anthem here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and we'll send things down trackside.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And thank you, Kevin Deadman and Dirty Grass Soul, for the playing of the national anthem here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you so much for Kevin allowing us to use that national anthem too here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Getting ready, getting down here for the IracingIflag Clash at the Knoxville Raceway. Voiles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 32 machine, that will be Daniel Powell. And that number 32, his dancing part of the outside, driving the H2, that'll be Dylan Hauser. Inside row number 2, we'll see Jordan Casey aboard the number 42 machine. Outside of him will be the 127 of Blake Majules. Inside row number 3, you'll see Tyler Sharm aboard the number 9 machine, the Kenny Drugs number 9. And Evan Say aboard the number 33, rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees Zach Novak aboard the number 15 machine, and Zach McSwain aboard the Flintstone Flyer machine, rolling off position number 8. 9th starter will be the number 71 of Richard Spar, which is actually a throwback scheme, so he'll be in the number 22 machine. So Spar in the 22 in position number 9. In the 7th car here tonight, Hayden Cardwell in position number 10 on the outside of row number 5. Inside row number 6 will be Blake Brown aboard that number 74 machine. Outside of him will be Virgil Graham in the 42V. Inside row number 7, you'll see Dylan Wilson aboard the number 21 machine, last week's winner, and Shad Prescott aboard the M14, rolling off position number 14. 15th starter will be the number 44, Shane James. Clay Devin aboard the number 84, rolling off position number 16. 17th will be Colton Davis aboard the number 9, and Kevin Dedman aboard that number 3 machine, rolling off in position 18. 19th starter will see the Night Stalker Barra Bishop in 19th, and then the 75 with Jacob Fields 20th. Blake Cannon and James Enan make up row 11. Eric Skelf and J.D. Brown row 12. Those are your 24 cars here around the Knoxville Raceway. We're restacked, we're repacked. Who's it gonna be? Daniel Powell leading the charge down into turn number 1. It's Dylan Hauser to the extreme top side by side battle down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is Powell and Hauser exchanging blows here through 3 and 4, but it's going to be Hauser the first time, the first leader at the line in that H2 machine. Daniel Powell running in that second spot in the number 32. Now comes under fire from Jordan Casey. Casey making some headway as Powell slips way up the track. Casey now moves into second, now falls back into the clutches as the number 32 of Powell with Blake Majulis as they battle for that third spot. As Powell starting to drop back here, maybe even into the clutches of Evan Satan, that number 33 machine, but Blake Majulis not finished with him yet. Now running side by side for that third spot. So being a little bit silent here is Dylan Hauser running to the extreme top side up on the cushion, not in the wall here at the Knoxville Raceway. Now the dives are down pretty deep here in the turns 3 and 4. That H2 machine showing the quick way around here early on in the going, but yellow flag going to come out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Our first Har Motorsports yellow flag of the evening here. Going to slow the Throwback series down. We're going to take a look-see to see what happened here. I believe it might have to do with the number 27 of Colton Davis. Davis definitely having some maybe contact here. Maybe even play. Well, we're going to take a look. Might be the number 44 of Cannon, as he was threading the needle up through here. Yep, the 75 gets in to the back of the 44, sends Blake Cannon around. That was enough to bring out the yellow flag. The 27 right there too. He had some, I guess maybe some altercations here early portion of this in that number 27 machine, but it was Blake Cannon around in the 44 to bring out our first Har Motorsports yellow flag of the evening. 6 laps in of 60. Once again, got to thank Milner Design and Media for the official sponsor here of the VLR Throwback Series. Same way with IracingIflag. Got to thank our great sponsors too. At Har Motorsports, IracingIflag.com, Foils Trucking, J-Max Journeys, and J-Max Strong, BladeNote.com, Simple Web Solutions powered by Nerds. Use the promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your purchase. South Texas Speedway Team, 3D Racing, 3D, the official team here of the Full Velocity Racing Network, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, like I said, Milner Design and Media here, a huge sponsor for here, us on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Does a lot of our graphical work behind the scenes, so thank you to Tubbs out there. If you need a wrap or anything, get a hold of him here, especially a throwback scheme, man. Get a hold of him. He loves doing those. And then JP Designs and Sheffield Graphics, our official onboard camera of the Full Velocity Racing Network. The IracingIflag green flag comes back out over the field, and it's a Delaware double file restart, and Dylan Hauser leads the charge off into turn number 1. The 42 of Jordan Casey now peaks down to the bottom, but the 127 with a whale overrun on the top shelf of the speedway. Blake Majulis trying to go places in that 127 machine now as he peaks right up to the top shelf of the speedway, trying to get the momentum gained up there, but not able to do so, as it's going to be Jordan Casey right back at him there. And that number 42 machine, great battle for the second spot. I'm not sure of the rules out there due the lagging back of the starts. Not sure how that works here in the Throwback series. I know we have some great racing though. Through third on back, here's Casey, the 127, Evan Say right there, the number 7 of Hayden Cardwell. He's inside the top 5, starting to make some headway in that number 7 machine. But the H2 of Dylan Hauser showing a quick way around. Another yellow flag going to come out here. Hard Motorsports yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow flag number 2. I'm almost willing to bet this is Tyler Descharme. You have Descharme there in the Kenny Drugs number 9 machine going around. Did he have a little bit of help? Oh, he had help a couple different times. Double help here, if you will. The number 9 machine had a little bit of contact because he got up into the wall. Fortunately, the 14 gets into him, and then the 84 Clay Devin nowhere to go. The 9 gets involved, and everybody piles in over there in the corner. So Descharme, we got the Night Stalker involved. The 44 Blake Cannon not having very good luck tonight, as Cannon now going to be relegated to the rear in the number 44 machine. Yeah, I'm not sure, Jim. I do agree with the lag it back. A lot of leagues, you're right. Leagues do have that ruling. I'm not 100% positive on that. I don't want to make a comment and say, yeah, it is a ruling, because I'm not 100% sure. On a not so sleepless night, I might be all right and be able to tell you that. But today, I'm not even going to gander to try. I just don't want to give you the wrong information out there. I'd like to have the information. I'd like to have the answer for you, but I don't, unfortunately. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Full Velocity Racing Network, like I said. I know Phil over there at East West Promotions, you got the Mighty Modifieds there, Asphalt Style there. That's their season finale, Richmond. We got the Knoxville Raceway, though. We got supers. This is a stacked field. A lot of heavy hitters in this field. A lot of good drivers. Some different talents here throughout the field. Getting ready to send these guys back on their way off of turn number 4. IracingIflag, green flag back out for the 3rd time of the evening. Let's see if that can stay true and maybe go green to checkered the rest of the way. Well, we know how that happens sometimes. The caution breeding cautions. But that H2 of Dylan Hauser, right now your race leader. The 42 of Jordan Casey running second. Blake Jules now goes to the outside. And then number 127 trying to get something to work up there. He's trying to build that momentum. And we know that so one of these times it's going to go to the outside. And we'll have to see see when that's going to go to the outside, because you want to make that change pretty quickly and be one of the guys that are going to get to the top there and be able to move around this track. But the 127 holding on to 3rd, another car way up the track. I believe that was Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell in that number 7 machine. Falling back now into the clutch of the 21 of Dylan Wilson, who's been quietly making his way through the field in that number 21 machine. Now up to 5th as he sets his sights, gets around Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell now drops down in line in that 6th spot. See Howard Weaver trying to sneak in, watching here. Admin at the same time. He's knows how to multitask. That's definitely Howard Weaver out there. Can't sneak in without me seeing, though. The 21 down to the bottom there. Now making a side-by-side battle with Evan Say as he starts to methodically make his way through the field. Dylan Wilson with a run, and that number 21 machine pulls up alongside of him here, side-by-side for the 4th spot. Wilson wants it here as he's trying to wrestle away from that 33, but do it cleanly on the bottom. It looks like he might be able to do so. Oh, hits that bottom apex just a little bit, the bottom apron, and that's going to upset the car just enough for Evan Say to get another run on the outside of him. But now this time down off into turn 1 and 2. The 21 has that position all by his lonesome, and it's the number 21 of Dylan Wilson. They're going to have to track down the top 3. As another yellow flag going to come out, we're going to slow it back down, restack, repack the field, not even halfway home. I believe this involves Zach Novak in the number 15 machine. Novak involved in this one. Hits the wall over here. And it's only because of, no, maybe even not Zach Novak. Richard Spar. So Novak was involved in something, because I completely missed Novak. He fell back through the field rather quickly, and Here's what happened to the number 22 of Richard Spar. Spar on the outside had really nowhere to go as a 32 machine slams the outside wall with Daniel Powell. 22 gets caught up. We have able to keep it on all fours though eventually here. So 22 of Spar able to keep going. Powell a little bit wrecked, but the 15 is Zach Novak. Not sure what happened to him. I think he got on the outside and hit the wall there because you can see the whole right side of that pancaked a little bit. So Novak had a good run going in his heat race. Definitely was having a good run here. Now just testing and tuning here towards the back. Let's see if he can make his number 15 machine come back up through the field. Huh. Yeah, I'm almost thinking, Jim, my opinion on mirrors and dirt cars, we don't have them at the local track. We're not allowed to run them. It's against the rules. I guess in online, the mirrors, I guess, supposed to help the guys. But sometimes you see the drivers pay attention more to the mirrors than they should. I think the mirror should come off. I don't know how many else thinks the mirror should come off in iRacing, but that's just a little bit of an oversight on these cars. But I think the mirror should come off there and listen to the sounds, because I know racing at my local track for 12 years. I listened to the sounds of the cars to make sure I could hear where they're coming from. Then I blocked them that way. And sometimes you misjudge because the cars are louder than others, and some are really quiet when they come up on you. But I think that takes a little bit more skill to hear those cars coming around you and get that trifecta going on. So the H2 of Dylan Hauser getting the green flag once again here over the field. The IracingIflag green flag, the 42 of Jordan Casey running in second. Dylan Wilson running third there in the number 21 machine now, as he was able to get around Blake Vajulis in that 127 machine. And then you also have Evan Say in the number 33 running inside the top 5. Dylan Hauser right now, your race leader. Casey keeps breathing down his neck though. He's knocking through the bottom of the speedway, knocking on the door here. With the H2 able to hold him off so far, able to come down the speedway, keep that forward momentum there. There's another yellow flag going to come out here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So another Howard Motorsports yellow flag here. The wreck is really busy here tonight. I think this one involved Clay Devin. Maybe even Blake Brown, for that matter. It was Blake Brown there getting crossed up. James Eden gets into him. Brown goes a spinning. Got to be a little bit dizzy there. But Blake Brown involved in that one. Unfortunate for that number 74 machine going to be tailing Charlie. 74 yellow for Blake Brown. I don't know what you're hearing, Christopher. Maybe, I don't know, in the background. I don't have a fire alarm. I live out in the middle of no man's land. So to hear a whistle or anything like that is too far in between. Might hear the wolves howling. Or coyotes, yipping, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's something on my computer fan or something. No bird. I think I hear it too. You're right. I hear it. I have to take a look to see what that is. And it's pretty quiet here for the most part. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Okay, yeah, I hear it. Oh, look at them stacking up over there. Oh, boy, upside down, and we have a carnage over there and stacking them up over there in 1 and 2 here on the initial start of that one. A lot of cars involved in that one. Blake Vajulis, Evan Say. Let's take a look at that, that replay here. Let's look at that. Oh, the start of that race, man, that was funky. A little bit of break check in here. Games playing going on. A way slow start there, delayed start, causing the huge checkup behind him. That can't. A lot of unhappy drivers with that. A lot of damaged cars, bent up sheet metal, and that's I don't know. I don't know what to call that, guys. I'll leave that up to you to make the call. What do you guys call that? Besides, man, that's carnage. So we're gonna see what was that noise was, and make sure, guys. Let me know if you don't hear it here right now. Is it gone? The noise. We have found the source, I believe. Yeah, that was nuts. It was a nuts start, like I said. How about now, Christopher? Is it quiet? You know what it was? Yeah, I bet you guys don't know what it was. You guys can guess what it actually was. That gets you some full velocity swag. Give you guys a clue. Keeps people warm. Especially up here in New York. That's Phil with the squeaky chair. Phil with a squeaky chair. Pretty close there, Jonathan. Pretty close. We heat up here with a pellet stove, but that wasn't actually what it was. It was close to a space heater. I could almost say it is a space heater but it's one of those electric fire pits that make it look like it's actually a fire, and it's actually a space heater. And intertwined with that. As IracingIflag green flag comes out, yeah, that's what it was. It was actually the flames making the noise. So we got that all shut off, so hopefully we won't hear that again. It does go buzz. You're right. It does go buzz. It's the H2 of Dylan Hauser. Right now, your race leader, Dylan Wilson, running second now in the number 21 machine. We'll see if he has anything there for the H2 machine. The 42 of Jordan Casey running third. Fourth is James Edens in the 56. Man, this top 10 has really changed here after that initial yellow flag. Yeah, if you're going to give it to me for free without answering a question, Rocky. Dylan Hauser, still your race leader. Second is Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey, James Edens, Shad Prescott. Now doing a good job there, running in that fifth spot in the M14 machine. He's fighting it out, duking it out there with Zach McSwain, the Flintstone Flyer. I can't message you, Rocky. That's not fair. As we get ready to keep continuing racing here, as Dylan Hauser is trying to figure out what Rocky Battenfield is doing here. Is giving away some swag out there on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I can't actually message him out there. We'll see if I actually got into the top three there, but. Watching the show here, watching things go on, transpiring here. It looks a little bit different from what we've had going here, because we had a lot of bent up cars and guys towards the back of this one. Dylan Wilson right now tracking down, though, that H2 machine of Dylan Hauser. James Eden's running in that 4th spot. Shat Prescott 5th. Still a good battle between him and Zach McSwain here. Watching those guys duke it out. And then you go back here further to Tyler Sharm, Eric Scalf, Barrett Bishop, and Daniel Powell. Those guys duking it out. Watching them trying to make it through the field. Barrett Bishop makes some love to the outside wall. So let's go back up to the race leaders. Dylan and Dylan's show here. 1, 2. Is it going to be Hauser? Is it going to be Wilson here? Who's going to be able to get the advantage here? Or is it going to be Jordan Casey, who's been coming back into the picture in that number 42 machine? Is he going to be able to do anything with these two Dylans up in front of him? Those guys are pretty much checked out here. Team VLR Throwback Series at the Knoxville Raceway. IracingIflag Clash at Knoxville. The IracingIflag, the official sponsor here of tonight's festivities here as they flash by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame over there in turns 1 and 2 on the back straightaway. Hi, how are you? You should be up here announcing, Rocky. But Dylan Wilson right now just been the class of the field the last couple of weeks. He's had a fast car in that number 21 machine. Just talking about Dylan. Last week's feature winner, looking to have another top 5 here, to add another podium finish, maybe another win to the season so far for him. As he's been doing a fantastic job looking at the points and everything, the way everything was set up here earlier. We had that live on the screen, but the points, definitely a great battle going on amongst the top 10 here for that Throwback Series. Yeah, I can see the lanes all changing here. Definitely when you see the lanes change, that's where that mirror does come into effect, I guess is what you're saying, guys, out there. I'm not 100% positive. I don't race these cars a lot. I race the street stocks, if you want to call it racing. I'm towards the back normally in an open setup street stock race. I don't normally race these cars. I wouldn't think you would have the time to look at the mirror, but I guess if you get really that good at it, you can do a fantastic job of looking at that mirror. I mean, I never had a chance to look at the mirror, even if I had one in my car, my dirt car at my local track. But it's definitely something that prevails here, I guess. You're able to see the lines that are going on here, but the H2 of Dylan Hauser, your race leader still. But I tell you what, tuning it up to the outside, Jordan Casey. Casey in that 42 machine trying something different that nobody else is, because everybody else is kind of glued to the bottom. The bottom to the middle groove there. The H2 Dylan Hauser is doing the same thing. But Jordan Casey able to make short work of the 21 of Dylan Wilson. The 42 of Jordan Casey now up to second. Let's see what Casey has in store for that H2. Let's see how much changes there. I agree, Rocky. So Jordan Casey right to the rear bumper. Looks like lap traffic going to be a factor, determining factor right there directly in front of your race leaders. The H2 of Dylan Hauser, your race leader here in the 3 and 4, is now Jordan Casey getting it geared up for the top shelf of the Speedway. As Hauser pretty much running the same groove that he has lap after lap after lap. Directly in front of him, it looks like Richard Spar maybe in number 22. Directly in front of them, getting ready to go lap down. Maybe it's Colton Davis. Maybe Colton Davis in that 27 machine directly in front of them. Yep, Colton Davis. The 27 is now the H2 holding on here. But the 42 of Casey knocking on the door. He is definitely faster in that 42 machine. Last time by 19.578. Dylan Hauser 19.688. So Hauser right now holding on to the top spot, but Casey knocking on the door in that number 42 machine. You see the lap traffic here. 4 laps remain here at the Knoxville Raceway. You guys got to have a favorite out there. Who you guys are going to take down this win here as Hauser slams the door shut again. But I don't know how much more he can do that. As Casey now down to the bottom, forces the issue down on the bottom, trying to make something happen here. As Dylan Hauser able to hold on. 3 to go at the line. So Dylan Hauser, now Jordan Casey trying to get the run to the top shelf of the Speedway. The 27 directly in front of him. That could be a deciding factor there. Colton Davis lap traffic here. We're going to get popsicle sticks in the air off of turn number 4. Dylan Hauser sees those popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around. He has to hold on for 2 more circuits. Casey's got a rung up on the top shelf of the Speedway. Maybe a high-low switch, maybe a slider from that 42 coming there. Here comes the 42. Down to the bottom, Hauser blocks it. And a little bit of a bumper tag there through 3 and 4. As now Jordan Casey and Dylan Hauser lean on each other. White flag in the air. 1 more trip around. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. It is Dylan Hauser on the outside. Jordan Casey down to the bottom. Casey trying to throw everything he's got at him, including that kitchen sink. Hauser's led pretty much the whole way. Off into turn number 3 and down into turn number 4. Jordan Casey slides up. Here comes Hauser going to try to make a drag race, but it's going to be Jordan Casey. Last lap past the 42. Takes down the victory around Dylan Hauser. So Jordan Casey taking down the victory in that 42 machine. Great run for him. Dylan Hauser finished up second. Third is Dylan Wilson. James Eatons for 4. Shad Prescott for 5. Zach McSwain, Tyler Ducharme, Evan Say, Barrett Bishop, Blake Brown, Daniel Paul, Blake Cannon, Kevin Dedman, Hayden Cardwell, Jacob Fields, Eric Skelf, Zach Novak finished up 17th. J.D. Brown, Virgil Graham, Colton Davis. Then you have Blake Majules, Richard Spar, Shane James, and Clay Devin running out your 24-car field here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. IracingIflag clash at Knoxville Raceway. A fantastic finish. We'll take a brief pause for the calls, make our way on down to Bladeno.com, Victory Lane. And let's get an interview with our top 3 guys here on the podium finish here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll be right back at you here in just a few minutes. And welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing, the Team VLR Throwback Series, the Knoxville Raceway. And we have a third place finish here tonight. Driver the number 21, Dylan Wilson, was having a little bit of talk with all these guys here before we come back on the air, so a little bit delayed on this one. But Dylan, definitely a good run for the 21 machine. I know you said you had somebody make you look kind of stupid out there here tonight, but another podium finish. Good for the points there for that 21. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot better with how quickly I came up through the field and got to second. So when I got to the back bumper Hauser, I thought I had something for him, and then just one lap, the tires fell off. So Jordan was coming pretty quick. He's my teammate, so I moved down and let him go and see if he could do anything with Hauser. And I got to enjoy his show for the last 3 laps, so it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely the fans out there in Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch were commenting on that show in front of you, but you had a whale of a car coming through the field, too, and that number 21 machine, pretty stout there. Definitely looked like the groove was changing quite a bit differently than what I'm accustomed to seeing here. Sometimes you see it all the way to the top, but tonight it seemed to favor the bottom to the middle portion of the track. What was the case for that number 21 machine?
Yeah, the last few months, I don't know why, it seems to be right around the middle when it gets slick. So I built the setup with that in mind. And like I said, it was quick. And then I don't know if I just roasted the tires too many times behind Hauser or what, but the car just fell off. And Jordan made me look stupid with my own setup. So he did something right with it at the end. And I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look and see what my tire temps and stuff were at the end compared to him. But he just ran a better race. So congrats to him and Hauser on a good show at the end.
All right, Dylan, before I let you go, I'll give the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for tonight's third place finish.
Thanks to D1RT Racing. Thank you to Tops Up Here Bud for my sponsorship. And thanks to you guys for broadcasting. And thanks to VLR for putting this deal on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up third here tonight. Driver the number 21, Dylan Wilson, taking down another great podium finish here. Good points run for that number 21 machine. So we'll make our way on over here to Dylan Hauser here, who led the majority of the event here in that H2 machine, finishing up second with a great battle with Jordan Casey towards the end of that one. A little bit of bumpers going on there, a little bit of side banging, whatever you want to call it here, but good old-fashioned dirt track racing, as I would call it, at my local tracks. But Dylan, a second-place finish here. Definitely, you wanted that spot. You wanted to win that one here tonight. Let it slip away there towards the end of that one. But tell us about your race.
Yeah, we led 59 laps, but didn't get the one that counted. It got real locked down around the bottom, and that's usually when everyone's pretty equal, you know, because it's just locked down around the bottom. So it's you're on the throttle pretty hard and stuff. But track was racy the first 15 laps, and then for whatever reason, it went to the bottom like it has the past couple months. So I've been working hard the past 3-4 days trying to get better at Knoxville specifically because I'm tired of Evan say beating everybody's dick in the dirt. So been working hard trying to get the set better. I tried some stuff before we got in the race server tonight, and I couldn't tell if it was better or worse, so I saved it. And I'm going to test it some more later. We still got to find some more speed because I don't like run second. So shout out to Jordan. It sucks we got past the last lap, but that's what you get these rubber down ass racetracks. So we'll move on. And shout out to VLR, all my sponsors, IracingIflag, Down Under Graphics, Slick Sim Sport, all my teammates. Yep, and see you guys next week.
All right, real quick interview there for Dylan Hauser. No, he's got places to go here tonight. Definitely got him. He's going to make his way to the hospital. Dylan, tell the fans out there why you're leaving so quick.
My brother's girlfriend has had a kid.
All right, so we'll let Dylan Hauser get to that. Congratulations to your brother's girlfriend, and hopefully you'll have fun with a little one too, there, Dylan.
Yeah, I don't talk to girls, so yeah.
All right, Dylan, we'll let you go. Have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you one spot better next week.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the H2 of Dylan Hauser taking down second here tonight. We'll make our way on down to BladenO.com Victory Lane with tonight's feature winner here, Jordan Casey, that number 42 machine man. You heard your teammate say that you made him look stupid with his own setup. Tell us about that race, man. What a great challenge the last 3 laps there, you and Dylan Hauser.
I actually owe it all to him because without that setup, I can't drive to the front or even challenge for the win like that. It was fun. I just tried to be patient in the beginning, and then I got caught up in that restart. It was kind of my fault there when they piled up behind me. So, but just still tried to be patient. They pulled away from me a little bit, and then I had all the room in the world to try stuff out. So I was just trying stuff, and then I found that slider line towards the end there, and like I said, I owe it all to Wilson because he let me go. Without him not letting me go, and I'm not gonna pass Hauser or even get to him. So just owe it all to him for the setup and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely good to take down a win here in the Throwback series here. A lot of stout competition here every week here, trying to qualify their way in to the show. And tell us a little bit about that, Jordan. That's got to be quite nerve wracking trying to get fast laps and trying to make sure you make the show.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to qualify second in that transfer server. I mean, it's not easy. I think it's easy, but there's everybody that joins that server is really fast and can turn a fast lap. So I mean, even transferring to the A main servers, no small task. So to come out here and beat all these guys is pretty cool. It's probably one of my better races that I've had.
All right, before I let you go, give you the microphone. The floor is all yours, Jordan. Thank you. I'd like to thank you tonight for this big W.
Yeah, everybody at 1RT that ran tonight, and everybody that helps build sets. Eddie Livingston for bringing me on the team a while back. Supermoon Graphics, Howard for making this paint, and then that's about it. You guys for broadcasting. Thanks Howard, KT, and Garrett for the series. It was fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the big W here tonight at the IracingIflag Clash at Knoxville. Driver of the number 42, Jordan Casey, taking down the big victory here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Hopefully, we'll see him some more here in the upcoming weeks here on the Throwback series. Hopefully we'll see another win out of him, maybe some podium finishes, maybe. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what it has in store for us. That's going to complete race number 3 of the season, so we're going to move on to race number 4 here. 6-race series here for the Team VLR Throwback series, so it's going to make things rather interesting. Points are going to get extremely tight. A lot of different things happening here tonight to boggle some things up, and definitely going to shake some things up on top of the point standings to the middle portion of the point standings here. But gotta thank everybody for bearing with me here tonight. I think it's 26 hours now into a day that I've stayed up and had to work 17 of those hours. So definitely want to thank everybody for bearing with me here tonight and on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Next week, I believe Phil will be joining us here on on the show here, and we'll be able to make some more headway here with the Team VLR Throwback Series. But before I let everything go here, I got to thank our sponsors real quick. Got to thank Car Motorsports, IracingIflag.com, Avoyles Trucking, JMax Journeys, and JMax Strong, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, 3D Racing, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, Sheffield Graphics, JP Designs, and last but not least, Charlie Tubbs out there in Milner Design and Media for doing a lot of our graphical work on the back end. I'm Todd Stanton, reminding you this, to keep the silver side down, or rubber side down, the silver side up, and keep that hammer down. We'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Good night.